Today's June 29th, today's quote is always be conscious. This is a quote from purport to Srimad Bhagavatam. A devotee should always see that his Vaishnava qualities increase with the advancement of his Krishna consciousness. A devotee should be blameless because any offense by the devotee is a scar on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The devotee's duty is to be always conscious in his dealings with others, especially with another devotee of the Lord. So what's so nice about this is that Prabhupada is telling us we represent Krishna, we represent our Guru. So if we act improperly, that becomes a scar in Krishna's scar in our Guru. If we act properly, it becomes a jewel or a glorification. We honor our Guru, we glorify our Guru, we glorify Krishna by acting according to their instructions, acting properly. And Prabhupada told us that once. He said, if you act like a Vaishnava, that will glorify me because people will say, who is your Guru? Your Guru must be wonderful because I can see that you've become wonderful. You know, Jai and Vijay, they were not behaving properly with the four Kumars, and Krishna came out and apologized. So the idea was a leader is responsible for his followers, and if his followers do anything wrong, then it becomes a scar on the leader, and people think there's something wrong with the leader. I personally experienced this also, and it's when a guru has disciples, if disciples misbehave, everybody thinks, why is the guru allowing this? What's going on? Is he supporting this person? So the other point, and we've talked about this before, but it's worth mentioning again, Prabhupada is saying a devotee should be blameless, and he should see that his Vaishnava qualities are developing. So one may argue that how can I develop Vaishnava qualities if they develop automatically with the practice of bhakti? Yeah, that's true. They do develop automatically with the practice of bhakti, and you can't, so to speak, just force them. But Prabhupada's really saying something different when he's not saying you can force these qualities to develop before they develop. What he's saying is that you can act as a Vaishnava. Now this is interesting. You can act as a Vaishnava even before you fully have manifested those qualities. Because sometimes we think, how can I act purely if I'm not pure? But that's not really the way Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti works. It works that you act pure before you're pure so you can become pure. So when Prabhupada's saying we should see our Vaishnava qualities, he's really saying how they're developing. He's really saying we should see that we're acting. We should be acting according to those Vaishnava qualities. Monitor yourself. So you're acting according to those qualities. Even when you don't have them, even when you don't feel like acting that way, even if you think it's impossible to act that way, he's saying, no, you should be blameless. You should have no excuse for not acting as a Vaishnava. You may not be there yet, but you don't have an excuse for not acting that way. So you have to distinguish those two things. Because sometimes we put them together and you think, oh, if I'm not this way, how can I act that way? You can. That's the meaning of Vaidhi. It's a practice. You're practicing the proper actions before you've developed them fully, or you're practicing acting with saintly qualities before they're fully developed. So we can do that, and that's what Prabhupada is asking us to do.